Hi there, this is Irfan Khan from TK Techno. Today we will discuss about central air conditioning plant with chilled water system. In chilled water system there are four basic cycles. One is refrigeration cycle, the second one is condenser water cycle, third is chilled water cycle, and the fourth is air cycle. We will start with refrigeration cycle. In refrigeration cycle there are four basic components. First is compressor, the second is cell and tube type condenser, the third is expansion device, and the fourth is cell and tube type chiller. In this system, compressor compress high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant to condenser. In condenser there are two sides, cell side and tube side. In cell side there is refrigerant and the tube side there is water. The temperature of vapor refrigerant is higher than the temperature of water. Then the water absorbs the heat of vapor refrigerant, and now the vapor refrigerant change its form from vapor to liquid refrigerant. Now this liquid refrigerant goes to expansion device. The work of expansion device is reduce the pressure of liquid refrigerant. After reducing liquid refrigerant pressure, this liquid refrigerant goes to cell and tube type chiller. In cell and tube type chiller there are also two sides, cell side and tube side. Cell side is water and tube side is refrigerant. In this chiller the temperature of water is higher than the temperature of liquid refrigerant. This liquid refrigerant absorbs the heat of water. Then this liquid refrigerant change its form from liquid to vapor. Now this vapor refrigerant goes to compressor. Now the refrigeration cycle is complete. In central air conditioning plant, the second cycle is condenser water cycle. In condenser water cycle there are three main components: condenser water pump, cooling tower, and cell and tube type condenser. Condenser water pump suck the cold water from cooling tower and send it to cell and tube type condenser. As we know, in cell and tube type condenser there are two sides, cell side and tube side. In tube side is water, so this water absorbs the heat of vapor refrigerant which is in cell side of condenser, and this cold water get into hot water. This hot water goes to cooling tower. Cooling tower always keep in open area like rooftop or outside. Then in cooling tower there is a sprinkler. Sprinkle spring the water, and this cooling tower there is blower and there is motor and fan. This fan take air from the side and it goes up, and this water contact with the air, then this hot water get into cold water. After this cold water, this again goes to condenser by condenser water pump. Now the condenser water cycle is complete. In central air conditioning plant, the third cycle is chilled water cycle. In chilled water cycle there are four basic components used: chilled water pump, air handling unit, expansion tank, and cell and tube type chiller. Chilled water pump suck the cold water from chiller and send it to air handling unit. In air handling unit, the temperature of air is higher than the temperature of water. This water absorb the heat of the air, and this water get the higher temperature. Then this high temperature water goes to cell and tube type chiller. In cell and tube type chiller we know that there are two sides, cell side and tube side. Cell side is water and tube side is refrigerant. In this chiller the temperature of water is the higher than the temperature of liquid refrigerant. Then this refrigerant absorbs the heat of water, and this higher temperature water decrease its temperature and it's again goes cool, or we can say it got chilled. Then the chilled water cycle is complete. One more thing in chilled water system, in chilled water cycle, is there is expansion tank. Why use of expansion tank? When the chiller is shut down, then the temperature of water will be high. If the temperature of water will be high, then the temperature of volume of water will be also increased. Then this increased water goes to expansion tank. That this process called the expansion of water. When the temperature of water will be low, then the volume of the water will also get low. Then it's require the water. Then this expansion tank will provide the water to chiller. Now the chilled water cycle is complete. In central air conditioning plant, the fourth cycle is air cycle. In air cycle, there are four basic components: air handling unit, supply air duct, return air duct, and fresh air duct. In air handling unit, there is blower and blower motor, filter, and evaporator coil. In evaporator coil, there is water which comes from chiller. When AHU run, that time blower suck the return air from return air duct. This return air first goes to filter. This filter collect the dust particles. Then this air goes to evaporator. The temperature of air is higher than the temperature of water which is in evaporator. Then this evaporated water absorb the heat of return air. Then this return air goes to supply air duct through the blower. When this air goes to the room by the supply air duct, then the temperature of room is higher than the temperature of supply air. Then the supply air absorb the heat of room. Then this supply air get hot. Then this hot air goes to AHU again from the return air duct. In air conditioning plant, when AHU run in air conditioning room, the percentage of oxygen will be low and the percentage of carbon dioxide will be high. Then the fresh air duct connect with the return air. Then this both air mix. This fresh air duct will increase the percentage of oxygen in room. Now the air cycle is complete. I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching.